Hi guys. Um, she didn't introduce me that well, so don't listen to anything she said. Um, when I was asked to do the TED Talks, I was actually very, very happy and very, very scared at the same time because I wasn't too sure what I would talk about. While I was on the plane, I was heading out to America and I was just thinking, oh, what should I actually talk about? The first thing people always think is that, oh, just to talk about business and say how you started and and everyone will clap. But I thought it might be a bit better to say the truth. In a lot of circumstances, people see people doing whatever and they make an assumption of what they think it is until you sit down with that person and they say, well, if you want to be honest, if I want to be honest, right, this is the truth. And then people start thinking differently and they start, thinking, actually, maybe it's a bit harder than I thought. And so today, I'm going to give you a real insight of what it is like for me. As our host said, I started my first business when I was 15. Yes, I had a mobile masseuse business. I'll just quickly round it up in 2 minutes what it was. I had a mobile masseuse. No, look, let me land. Basically, there was a masseuse college that was not too far from where I lived at the time. And I just thought, you know what, there's so many masseuse degree people that I kept seeing come out of the college. I thought there must be business in this, but I don't want to do massages. So I was in Canary Wharf one time when I was 15, and I just saw that, I was in Gap, sorry. And when I was in Gap, there was a man that was complaining about his back to one of the servers. And I was thinking, oh, this is a good idea. Maybe if I go to the college and then tell them, I will get you customers if you split the money with me, but I'll go to the city and tell these guys, look, I've got these workers. So what I did now, I went to the college, they were like, no, you've got to be a proper company, accredited. So I was like, problem number one. So what I did, I went online and found a real company that is a massage company, and I called up as them and said, oh, I'm so-and-so company. Can you send me all the details of all your workers? And they did. This is one of the reasons why they have data policy in this world now, because of stuff like this. But they actually sent it to me. And so they sent it to me, and I just literally started calling them one by one and saying, look, if I get you business, will you split the money with me? And then, 1 in 5 was like, yeah, no problem. So I just went back down to Canary Wharf and handed out flyers, and that's what we did. I did that for some time, but the thing with me, with business, if I don't enjoy what I do, I won't do it properly. And I think it's so important when people come up to me and say, I want to do business, I want to do this. I'm like, look, you have to do something you will naturally do for free. If you won't do it for free, long and short, it's going to backfire. You will just give up and call it a day. So that kind of went into that. And I went into other things and whatnot. Then I decided that, I wanted to do food because I was very much in the service-based business. So in regards to the masseuse, I did like a design agency. I did so many other things that just dealt with services. But I was like, no, you know what? I want to take at least £1 home a day. If I can just take £1, I don't mind. So I thought the only sort of businesses that do that is food businesses, that you can take money every single day. So how it all began was like, what could I do? I don't know how to cook to save my life, still don't. So it's just like, I was just like, okay, I'll do pancakes. Is the simplest thing you can do. Desserts. At that time, creams and all these other people, they were not around. There was no one. So I thought, okay, cool, I'll do that. I then thought, what can I do it in? I didn't have enough money to do a shop or anything. So I thought I was in China with my mum like a year beforehand, and I saw a trailer company. They make trailers and whatnot. So I was like, cool. I remembered it. I said, okay, cool. What I'm going to do, I'm going to call this company and negotiate if I can get this trailer, which is 10 times cheaper than getting a shop. So I found a space, or I didn't find a space, I forced the space to happen. So basically I was in Lewisham at the clock tower. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Lewisham at the clock tower. Some of you have been to my mum years old. And basically I contacted them. I said, look, I want to do this thing. I got this trailer. They replied me straight away, no. So I was like, okay. But I had already made communication with these. I'm a good dream seller to myself, so I can sell myself a really good dream no matter what. So I kind of dreamt how this thing is going to work now. So I've now kind of been kicked back with the no. But I said, no, I'm still going. I still went to China and paid for it and started getting it shipped back. So what I did, I emailed the council and I said, look, what I'm going to do, if you don't give me this space, I'm going to basically email the mayor and say I'm going to sell drugs. By the time I came back down to London, they gave me an acceptance letter and said, I wouldn't say anything to do it now, because the police might knock your door off, but those times were a bit more lenient. So that's how I actually forced my way into it, because, you know, from a simple no, a week later, it turned back to a yes with no explanation, just yes. So I don't think anyone wanted to be responsible for making another black drug dealer in Lewisham, so I think they should forget it. So yeah, that's actually how I had my space. It wasn't because, you know, my pitch was good. It was because I had to just think and be like, you know what, I want that space. I'm going to say whatever I have to say to get that space, and I got that space. And this is how my food career started. So I've been in food for now 11 years. And it started from as small as having a little sole trailer. And there's been so many ups and downs during that time. And it leads me to what I really want to talk about today. Because in a lot of business people that I know, we only talk the truth when we're in the group together. But if we're talking to normal people, we say, no, da, da, da. But when we're together, I'll be like, bro, do you make money today? He's like, no money. But I thought it was only me. He's like, no, no money. He's like, yo, have you got a staff that you want to kill? Yeah. 5. You know what I mean? And it's like that, you know? And when I was sitting on the plane, I was just looking at it. I have so many unopened letters in my office that I just thought, business is actually a headache. No, it's the truth. Like, you can have a child and love them, but still say that child's a headache. Same way with business, you can have a business and say that, you know what, this actually kind of takes life away from me sometimes. And especially if you're dealing with people on a constant basis. I deal with thousands of people every month, whether I'm serving them, talking to them, whether I'm dealing with my staff. I have 18 staff across like 4 properties, and it's just a nightmare. I have staff that will forget to wake up for work and be upset with me that they woke up late for work. And this is the situation you do, and it's the whole thing of dealing with people. And when you're in a world where you have to deal with people constantly, it can sometimes drain you. And things that I've realized that's hard in business is dealing with the VAT man, dealing with tax, dealing with your accountant that hasn't got a clue what he's doing, but he told you he knows what he's doing. Dealing with annoying customers that they tell you they're right, but they're not. The list goes on and on and on. Now, to some people here, they may be like, this guy is trying to put me off business. I'm not. I'm telling you the realities. And what I'm doing here is trying to make you understand that more than business, what I've realized is about being able to say you've made change. And that's why I do business. Because I believe since I've started my business and since people have been in contact with me, I've kind of created change. So when people come to me and they say to me they want to start a business, blah, 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 I'm like, it's all well and good. I can advise you as much as I possibly can. But anything you do, make sure you can stand by it and say, I've created change. Because once you do that and you can say, I've created change, the headache, the people you have to deal with, the Batman, it kind of makes sense. Because you're like, cool, I've created change. So today, I'm saying, if anyone wants to do anything in your life, it's not just business. You can create change in your community, in your family, in your workplace, wherever it may be. There's no point of striving in life for so long, and then at the end of it, you've created no change. So that's what I've got to say for you guys today. Thank you so much.